Hey, Scorpio, Mel, intuitive coach here, excited to bring in your September 2025 love and family reading. All right, Scorpio, let's open up your energy field and take a look at what September has in store for you. Bottom of the deck, we have the dragonfly. The dragonfly represents adaptability. So you may be going through a lot of personal changes and transformations at this time. I see here that things are coming out, perhaps secrets or perhaps emotions could be coming to the surface here. I think that you are going through a deep period of healing, but this is a good thing because you are not shying away from doing the work because you know in your heart of hearts, Scorpio, that you deserve a level of love that is honest, that is playful, that is respectable, and something that you can trust. And maybe that has been a factor in the past because I am getting trust issues, or perhaps someone doesn't trust you, you don't trust them. Bottom of the deck, we have the death. Okay, the death card here, there's the transformation. So there may have been a situation in the past where you felt like something was out of your control, but this is your major arcana, Scorpio. You are someone who embraces change. It is part of all of our lives, but you may find yourself going through more changes and transitions than a lot of other signs. I see here that you are someone who is deeply impacted by the changes that you go through, but you're impacted in a way where you're stronger. You come out stronger. And right now it feels like there's a bit of a separation period between you and another because you're protecting your peace. You are protecting something sacred within you. And I feel like you're honoring your own integrity. So if integrity has been compromised due to trust issues, I feel like you are leaning into the things or the people that inspire you, that bring you joy, that bring you happiness. Now, because this dragonfly is showing up here, this is things coming to light so they can be healed. So anything that has been buried deep in your subconscious, which we'll take a look at here in just a moment, I feel like you have been working on regulating your nervous system and letting go of any outdated fears or patterns or even relationship dynamics that you've outgrown. And that's why the death energy is coming through here. So whether you are dealing with a family member or a romantic partnership, I feel like you are no longer the same Scorpio that you were in the past. And you don't want to go back and repeat something in the same energy because you are going to get the same result. This is about you advancing. This is about you ascending. And it's going to give you a different perspective or a different viewpoint regarding a situation. Now, because separation is showing up, there may be a bit of uncertainty here about your love life or about a relationship dynamic. But what I love about this is you can see all of the cactus in the background, and every single cactus has a bloom. And if you've ever seen a cactus bloom, perhaps you have one in your home or in your office space. The blooms, the flowers are breathtaking. They are beautiful. So this tells me that even though there has been a situation that may have been a thorn in your back, perhaps it is something that's been very prickly in your life, there's a silver lining here. And someone could even be thinking about you. Someone may miss you in this period of separation, or this could be someone that you have separated your energy from because you've outgrown them. And they may be reaching out to you energetically, maybe even physically, but I feel like you have moved on, or you are no longer in that same vibrational frequency to keep going round and round in a pattern. Now you have the chaser here. The chaser brings up codependent triggers or dynamics that have come between you and another. Perhaps this is someone who is very dependent upon you. It feels like there's been abandonment. Someone has felt left out, left behind, even rejected. Maybe that is someone that you've had to separate yourself from, but I feel like you did so out of your own peace, your own, protecting something, again, sacred within you. You weren't doing this out of malicious intent. I don't feel like this was an ego-driven abandonment, because you have made a pinky promise with yourself. I feel like you have said to yourself, I will never abandon myself again. I will never lose myself in a relationship or go so far down the rabbit hole that I don't know which way is up and which way is down. And that may be something that you've struggled with in the past. Now, what I love here in the month of September is the Phoenix. This is about a new phase. Whether you are rekindling something with another individual, this could be a partnership or a connection that you're currently in, but you're doing things in a different way, which is going to get you different results. If the both of you have taken a period of time where you've separated from each other and you have both done the inner work separately, you may be able to come together. You may be able to rekindle something that may have felt like it has died here with that death card in reverse. Now, for others of you, I do feel like you are putting a hand up to the past and you're saying, I've outgrown this situation. I've learned a lot from it. And I am now rising from the ashes, a new version of myself. And that's exactly what you are doing here, regardless of where you are currently at in your life. You are rising. You are growing. Now, what is the heart of the matter? What's at the center of your love life, your family life, the current emotional tone, the patterns, the relationship energy? You have here the star. This is beautiful. This is a wish granted. Perhaps it is a brighter future ahead here. It is the energy of healing, of inspiration and dreams. And so when the star shows up, this comes in after the tower. And many of you have had a tower that perhaps had led to, that separation or an ending of an old way of doing things, because you want to heal. You want to attract partnerships and relationships where both parties are willing to do what it takes to become a better version of themselves. You also want to be in a relationship where you feel inspired and, yes, you feel challenged to be a better version of yourself, not challenged through unhealthy patterns or dynamics, not through addictions or toxicity. You want to be challenged to be a better version of you, but I also see here you want to feel inspired. Yeah, there's a lot of inspirational energy that is showing up. You may be receiving a lot of attention at this time. For those of you that are single, I feel like there could be a love offer coming through. You may have someone even from the past. Now, it doesn't have to be someone that you've been emotionally involved with, but it certainly could be someone that has crossed your path. I feel like this is a friend, someone that perhaps joined you in a class that you have taken, or it could even be a friend of a friend. It feels like there's someone on the outskirts here that has their eye on you, but it could be made evident in the month of September that this person wants to get to know you a bit better. They may have even gone through an ending. Maybe the timing wasn't right for the both of you in the past, but it feels like the stars are aligning here to bring someone into your energetic space. Now, what is the crossing energy? The Seven of Cups. Now, the block here sometimes can be emotional overwhelm to the point where we feel a bit distracted, or we feel confused with the possibility that is out there. Now, I do see here you getting grounded. So this is actually representing itself as a gift. When the Seven of Cups is read in the reverse position here, it is about you cutting through the illusions, cutting through the confusions, and making a powerful emotional choice that aligns with your own happiness, aligns with, healthier choices that you want for yourself and you want for your partnerships here. So this challenge is actually showing up as, a powerful lesson where you're going to choose something differently this time around, because in the past, you may have been choosing the same cup, expecting a different result, right? It's like pouring apple juice into a cup and you're taking that drink over and over, and you might enjoy apple juice, but if you drink so much of it, you might start to get sick of it and you may want to, choose orange juice, right? And I feel like there's options here available, and if apple juice started to upset your stomach, perhaps that apple juice was no longer jiving with something energetically within you. And I hope you're following me here. This can go for a relationship or something that emotionally once had fulfilled you, but now the signs are clear, but yet you still keep reaching for the apple juice. It's like, okay, here's your sign that there's a new path ahead. And that's what I see you doing, right? You're choosing something that feels sweeter. It feels like it is, yes, more carefree with that dragonfly, but you are going to adapt to these opportunities. And Spirit is reminding you that you are not stuck. You're not stuck here. You have the ability to choose wisely. Now, what is the foundation? The subconscious influence. So something that could be deeply influencing your love and family connection, Scorpio, something that's beneath the surface. It can be a past wound or even a belief about love or family dynamics that are shaping today's experience. You have the Six of Cups in reverse. Six of Cups in reverse is unhealthy past attachments. It could even be romanticizing the past. You may have witnessed some unhealthy dynamics growing up, because oftentimes this is connected to our own inner child, or perhaps children could be influencing your choices or your decisions. But when this Six of Cups shows up, I feel like you've been doing a lot of inner child work. You've been trying to bring things to your conscious awareness so you can heal them, so you don't immediately fall back into that default pattern and reach for the apple juice when you have an entire fridge full of different juice options. I see that you could be working with reparenting yourself, and there may even be a childhood dream that you've always wanted for yourself. Perhaps you've always wanted a marriage. You've always wanted a family. You've wanted stability here. Perhaps you've wanted, a wedding on the beach, or whatever this is that's tied to your heart. I feel like the star is saying, don't give up on this dream. But first, we have to release some of those unhealthy past attachments. And that's exactly what you are separating yourself from. Because some of you may have very much felt abandoned by a parent that was either emotionally absent or physically absent here. And that has been an underlying, perhaps, belief that has come out in all of your relationships of someone abandoning you. And maybe you've left them before they had the chance to do that. Or perhaps they have struggled with abandonment and they've sabotaged the relationship out of fear of, what if this happens? I will be in control by sabotaging. And this can all be done on a subconscious level, meaning we're not even aware of the choices, the behaviors, the patterns that are playing out. Scorpio, in the recent past, what has shaped your current relationships, this recent cycle, family event? You have the Nine of Swords. This tells me that some of you have had a lot of anxiety around a specific situation here, perhaps a lot of worries, a lot of fears, sleepless nights, tossing and turning. There's been some worrying here. Now, I'm also getting hormonal changes. Now, some of you may benefit from getting your hormone levels checked. You could even be in the midst of perimenopause or menopause. I am getting that here with the 9 of Swords, but I'm also seeing here you releasing your worries, giving your worries or handing them over to the angels, to the divine, and trusting, because when our crown chakra is closed or when it's not fully open, we let the mind stir up and fabricate lies, old stories, or old, conditions, instead of allowing our intuitive and divine awareness to shine through. So that could be something you are working on, is connecting to your higher self more. Perhaps meditation could help you in this situation. Now, what is showing up in your conscious awareness, Scorpio? I love this. The 8 of Cups. So we have the 6 of Cups. We have the we have the 7 of Cups. And we have the 8 of Cups. So you are making progress. Do you see the steps that we are taking here for you? You are evolving. You have grown. You are rising from the ashes here. You're rising from the old childhood wounds or stories or attachments that have held you back, because the 8 of Cups is cutting ties. The 8 of Cups is moving on, walking away, because you have personal growth here and you are not meant to settle for less than you deserve. This is about discovery. It is the quest for something more meaningful. There is a new path ahead here for you, and you are walking right into it with the star. This is part of your destiny. It's part of where you are meant to go. And you see that, yes, he's looking over his shoulder into this empty space, into this empty room. And there may be pings of nostalgia from time to time. You may have done a lot of grieving of an old version of yourself or the old dream that may not have turned out in the way that you had expected. But as I've said, Spirit never tires of giving second chances. We live in an alternate universe where choices are timelines, and we can shift our timeline at any given moment. And I see here that you've done a lot of work on your own recovery. You've done a lot of work becoming this phoenix and rising here. Now, the 8 of Cups is my Eat, Pray, Love card. For those of you that are familiar with the book or the movie with Julia Roberts, everything looks great on paper, maybe from the outside looking in. She has the husband, she has the home, she has the career, the vacations, the friends. It looks like she has everything she could want. But she is missing something deep within. And only she is going to know what that is. Nobody else can figure that out for her. Nobody else can make that choice for her. And even though you may not even know what that missing piece is yet, one thing is for certain. One thing is coming through that crown chakra of yours, and that is a quest for something deeper, the quest for something more meaningful when it comes to your relationships, when it comes to partnerships of all content here. So it could be with your friends, with your family, with your siblings, with your children, with your parents, romantic partnerships. You want a deepening of a bond, and you may have had to separate yourself to work on some of those shadow or core aspects of a wound. But the 8 of Cups walks towards the 9 of Cups. The 9 of Cups is emotional fulfillment, regardless of relationship status. It is feeling content within oneself, and the relationship piece is just the cherry on the top. And so you are in a good space here. Consciously, you know what you need to do after a period of feeling a bit confused or feeling like you wanted the rubble to settle, right? You are rising, you're spreading your wings, and you are remembering that you are a bright, shining star. I love that for you. Now, what is your near future hold? The next steps, the opportunities here, Scorpio, or experiences unfolding. You have the 7 of Pentacles. So the 7 of Pentacles is an energy of patience, but it's your harvest and rewards for your hard work. So I feel like you have been patient. Some of you, you're like, Mel, I've been patient for months, for years, for some of you, decades even. And this is a divine detour that is coming through here that is offering you up a harvest, but you may be reflecting on, what you're putting your energy into, and if you are receiving back what it is that you've put into something. So the Seven of Pentacles says, if you have been working on yourself immensely, your self-care, your self-development, your spiritual practice, your health, I feel like you are going to see the evidence of these types of partnerships in your world. And for those of you who may be in a partnership and it's one-sided, or perhaps you feel like you are the one carrying the emotional burdens and the other person is slacking, right? It feels like there is a shift coming in where you don't want to deplete yourself. You don't want to drain yourself here. That's why there's a growth period. And I see that you're taking the necessary time that you need to focus on healing on all levels and really contemplating. It feels like you're not rushing into anything here, but I definitely see you assessing your return. And if something is coming back to you, if something is returning to you in a way that feels reciprocal, then this is what you have wanted. This is what you've been working towards. And what the 8 tells me here is, if something you've outgrown is showing up here in your energy field, you're walking towards something that does match your energy. I like that. Let's look at that beautiful heart of yours. This is your self-perception. This is how you see yourself in relationships, the role that you are playing, either consciously or even unconsciously. You are, oh my goodness, the 9 of Cups, the 6, the 7, the 8, and the 9. I just have to peek here to see if we have the 10 yet. But this is telling me that Scorpio, that you've done a lot of work, that you've come to a space where you finally feel emotionally content. You're finally feeling like you are accomplishing some of that deep inner work that you have done. I feel like this 9 is showing up here as more peace in your heart. And if there is any dissatisfaction, restlessness, or self-reflection, it feels like you are putting that to rest here with this 9 of Swords. The anxieties are behind you. You are showing up in this new energy of this new 9. Okay, we have a lot of 9s here. But I do see that you've completed a cycle and you keep stepping up here. So the 9 of Cups isn't a wish, and your heart feels full. You have a lot of gratitude for the blessings that are showing up. You have gratitude for the blessings that you cannot see yet, but you're trusting are coming in for you, and you're getting to a space where you're not chasing love. You see that he is kicked back in his desk chair and he's not out there running around, right? He is feeling content. He has his arms behind his back there and he is feeling good with life. He's drinking his tea. He's journaling here. And I feel like that is currently where you are at or what you are striving to accomplish here within your relationships. Now, what is the environmental influence, family, loved ones, or even partners that may be impacting your situation? You do have the Magician showing up. Now, the Magician is here in reverse. So remember what I said earlier about you being the one to make choices that are healthy for you, where other people, they may have their opinion, they may have an experience that they've gone through themselves. So everybody has something to say about something, right? But I feel like you're not letting other people manipulate you or drain your own happiness. You're not letting someone steal your sunshine in a way. And so the Magician tells me though that there may be people that could be trying, to either manipulate you with the Magician here, This can also be, people who are trying to manifest you into their lives. But I feel like this could be for a small percentage of you. So please take this portion as it resonates. But I feel like someone that you have separated from in the past, they may be trying to manifest you back into their lives because they see that you are happy. They see that you are content without them, and you have leveled up, you've healed, and there's a part of your light, just like a moth to the flame, that they are attracted to. But I don't necessarily feel like they have done the work necessary, or they still have some work to do. All right. Magician in reverse can be a bit tricky. Okay. Literally, it can be a bit tricky. And so for those of you that are already like, Mel, I know this person still has work to do, then good for you. It means that you're listening. But for others of you, I feel like it's important to take things slow and to really trust. You don't want anyone to interrupt or disrupt your own peace here. Yeah. Now let's take a look at the hopes and fears, Scorpio. What are your hopes? What are your fears? What you deeply desire in love or family bonds, but also you may fear losing. Now, this is also speaking of vulnerability, commitments, independence, perhaps trust issues, which did come up here. You have the Three of Wands in the upright position. So this is manifestation power. So it feels like, this magician here could be an external influence, but it feels like you have your own agenda, or you have your own manifestations that you are creating here. And if they align with that of another, beautiful. Because I do see that there is the energy of something magical, a wish coming through when it comes to a partnership or a connection. But for some of you, you are cutting ties and leaving someone behind, and they may feel abandoned in some way. They may miss you. They may be trying to reach out to you, but you have leveled up. And the Three of Wands is you manifesting here success on your terms. And I feel like you have the courage to explore a different option, right? To reach into that fridge and grab, a new juice, not the same one that you have been grabbing over and over again. So I like where your hope is at. Now, the fear with the Three of Wands can be feeling overwhelmed to the point where we hesitate and we don't make a move at all, or we listen to the manifestation of another. We are easily manipulated or persuaded to move in a direction that may not necessarily be the direction that aligns with our highest good. But you may be heavily influenced by this magician. That's why he is showing up here. But I have a feeling you are standing in your power. Yeah, that star tells me that you are in your own healing phase. And again, if someone can match your energy of the past, then you're going to grow together. But because you have this separation, I feel like you are ready to invite more happiness and more fun and more play into your life with potentially someone new. Your outcome, you have the Sun. Beautiful, beautiful outcome here, Scorpio. This is the likely trajectory if energies currently continue, meaning you're trusting in the steps that you are taking, the 6, 7, 8, and 9 of Cups. You are walking right into a wish. You are getting recognized. You are getting recognized by energies that match yours. Yes, there may be some other energies that are attracted to your fire, your brightness, because you are shining at this time. But I feel like you know the difference because you have endured, the highs and the lows. You know what you want. You know what you don't want. And what you do know for sure is you want more happiness. You want more confidence. You want to step into the energy of warmth. And I feel like you are choosing what makes you happy. Ultimately, this is your choice. So the Sun is beautiful. You have an abundant future, an abundant connection here that is showing up or lining up for you, Scorpio. And I feel like this is already, for some of you, kicked off, maybe even during Leo season, July, August energy. Let's get a message from your soul's truth. What does your soul want you to know at this time? Where are you at with your health goals? Mental health, physical, emotional, and even spiritual. Where do you want to be? Why are you not there? And what will it take for you to feel well? That sun. Some of you could benefit from getting some vitamins, vitamin B12, vitamin D, of course, with that sun. I'm also getting solar plexus. Some of you are paying attention to gut health, but I'm also getting the message here of the solar plexus, stepping outside of your comfort zone, trying new foods that you haven't ate before, trying new restaurants, trying new hobbies, new classes. That's going to help you signal to the universe that, yes, you are adapting to change. You are opening up invitations for new opportunities to show up in your world. If your body could talk, what would it say? Today's soul action: feed your body what it needs to feel nourished, appreciated, and loved. Make some new exciting goals to take your health to the next level. So like I said here, with the sun showing up, this is vitality. Perhaps some of you may have felt separated from a spouse or a partner or a loved one because your health wasn't in the best shape. Perhaps you felt like your energy was drained. You didn't have a lot of time to connect to someone. You didn't have a lot of energy or momentum to put yourself out there and date. So I feel like whatever you are leaning into with the sun, it is going to bring more motivation. It's going to bring in more vitality, more of that life force energy that may have been lacking. So that's good news here. This is looking better. You're rising up from any issues that may have caused you to feel disconnected from people. All right, so at this time, Scorpio, if you can safely do so, close your eyes. We are going to get a message here from your crystal spirit. And if you can, again, close your eyes, take a nice deep breath in from your solar plexus chakra, your belly area. Big breath in through the nose. Hold it for the count of 3, 2, 1, and release through your mouth with a nice deep sigh. And with your eyes still closed, tune into your third eye chakra, the area between your eyebrows and your forehead region. And I want you to imagine the first crystal or gemstone that shows up in your mind's eye. Now, this could be a crystal that you are familiar with and maybe even know the name of. This could be a crystal that holds a specific shape, size, or color. Your crystal could be giving off frequencies of unconditional love, strength, compassion, or protection. And if you need a moment, just pause the video and come back when you are ready. And for those of you Scorpios who would like to be entered into the free monthly reading giveaway, where I draw one winner around the first of the month and post right back here on the community tab, all you need to do is drop your crystals, whether it's the name, the shape, the size, the color, whatever was showing up in your mind's eye, drop it in the comment section below, where I'll enter you into that free reading giveaway. So please be sure to hit that subscribe and bell button so you don't miss that notification. All right, you have here Numite. Numite is the crystal of mastery, self-mastery, inner power, and recovering your sense of self. When it comes to your relationships with others, building trust and intimacy is a process. Practice leads to results. For repetition, develop skills. Just as you engage in a dance with a partner leading and following, stay present in the moment, listening to signals and cues and being clear about what you need and desire. Yes, toes will get stepped on here and there, but it's how you and your partner deal with the inevitable missteps that allow you to develop a closeness that can stand up to even the biggest challenges. Practice, practice, practice. And even if you are single, this is about you taking a look at the dance of life that you have gone through in the past and continuing to open yourself up to the new dances. You have the Seven of Cups, which is choices. And soon it will be second nature to express yourself in relationships in ways that reflect your highest aspirations for how you want to show up for others and what you want to experience. Cultivate love through practicing being loving. This is beautiful. Now, Numite feels sacred, carrying the vibration of this wise elder or teacher. When we are ready, this stone will assist us in diving down into the very depths of ourself in order to unearth and reclaim the lost or buried parts of us. It encourages us to embrace and integrate the neglected pieces of who we are and step into our power and once again know ourselves as the perfect beings that we have always been. Scorpio, that is what I have for you, beautiful souls. If you enjoyed the message, please give it a thumbs up. And if you are interested in a personal reading or signing up for the monthly newsletter, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video.